Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Back with it. Today we talking about Phil advised having a Native American wife. As you know, Lisa Cabrera did an interview with Phil advised on a live. And shout out to Lisa Cabrera for giving him the space to span out on what he was dealing with. And I just want to preface this with the video that I put up about interracial relationships and swirling. That had nothing to do with this particular issue with Phil. I had already had that in the works a couple of days before I even figured out that this was even going on. I found out about the live stream like the day after. I've been busy, you know what I mean? But I had already had the recording of it done days before. I just had to do the editing and then go through a few things with it. And then I found out about the Phil behavior as I was doing the editing. So I just wanted to let y'all know that I had already planned on releasing that, and just so happened that this particular topic came up regarding Phil advised. So I want to read my comment from that live stream. I went ahead and put a comment in the comment section just to kind of show you the current that I was setting with my comment there. I think what we're witnessing is a lot of black focused audiences have been so scarred from dealing with the coons in the old black media that we're betting the new black media personalities, myself included, like how the Sicilians bet for the mob by bloodline. Let's just say it. I am guilty of looking at our new media figures under this lens as well. People like me feel there's an edge of purity to getting your black news from somebody that lives black love in front of and especially behind closed doors. We subconsciously want to uplift and reward those black people. I think Phil can understand. Coming out of the heartache and headaches dealt to us by many a swirling, interracial relationship having black folk in media, we own one out here. And I put LOL. We own one. Those types historically do a lot of waffling and backstabbing us in front of white media cameras. Just saying. At the same time, there were also straight up coons in the old media that had 100% all black families. So there's layers. I'll do a commentary this week about this. Thank you for taking time to talk with Phil, Mrs. Cabrera. Clearing the air is a necessary righteousness at times. And that was what I said about it. So I went right into black love and bloodline. And are you about this black love shit? If you ain't about black continuity in terms of the race of the woman you putting your dick in. Alright, so we all know Phil's story. I guess I'll explain my relationship to Phil's story and relate it back to what I'm saying about putting your dick in a black woman only, putting your seed, most importantly, in a black woman only, right? You know, I got on to Phil when he first got on YouTube, when it was just him at that table, you know what I mean, with the bad lighting and shit, and you know what I mean? When it was mad gritty. Yep. Sitting at a table and talking about, you know, different things. It wasn't all the hood rat hyena shit. That shit hadn't even popped off yet. It was just real, the earliest, the grittiest, the grimiest to Phil. And I liked Phil. I recommended his videos to certain people. I guess this was after he got his divorce, or maybe during his time of his divorce from his black wife. You know what I mean? I guess that was what was happening. But he was just, you know, putting his commentary out. And, you know, me, I gravitated to what he was doing. You know, I was like, he a positive brother. He didn't seem to be on no bullshit. Then came the Karen Porter interviews. Then it seemed like Phil took a turn, man. He started going the way of what I call the black fuckery chasers on YouTube and on social media. You know, people that's on Twitter that got a bunch of followers, but all they do is post black fuckery. People that's on YouTube that all their stories is about black fuckery, but they got all these followers and subscribers, right? That's a different echelon of people, and they putting up stories like day after day after day after day, just constantly washing our consciousness and constantly washing the psyche of the world, not just black people, the psyche of the world, the outsiders, strangers that are looking at black society, constantly washing them as well in this routine of black fuckery, black ain't shit TV, you know what I mean? Black people ain't shit TV. When you see them in the streets, disrespect them, because look at them. They're showing themselves to us in their most ain't shit forms and fashions. So when you see them in the streets, cops, treat them like shit. When you see them in the streets, or when they walk into your business, treat them like shit. This is the momentum that Phil's content started playing up to, and that all the Tommy Sotomayor motherfuckers, the Lovely T, the type of shit that they play up to, or that Phil was playing up to at the time, and allowing the world to make plays on that kind of momentum that he helped set up. You understand? Alright, so Phil was basically helping do the job of white supremacist terrorist media. That world star shit. That love and hip hop shit. He was helping contribute to that shit. Then came the Karen Porter interviews, right? Once I saw Phil was on that shit, I said, man, fuck this nigga. I ain't trying to hear from this type of nigga out here. And that's what I felt. So I stopped fucking with Phil. I said, nah, I can't do it. That's what happened. He went off the radar. He went the way of like Tommy Sotomayor. I was on to Tommy for about like a week or so. It didn't take me long to realize, he kind of might be on some bullshit long term. Let me give him a couple weeks, but I couldn't fuck with him. So I spent a long time off of social media in terms of just looking at black personalities. I didn't have a Facebook. I didn't have a Twitter. I didn't have a MySpace. Didn't have none of that shit. I just started posting to Twitter about a year ago. Still don't got a Facebook, but I am working on my website. It's coming. And I was only using YouTube for like just research and knowledge-based shit, you know what I mean? Using the internet what the fuck it was really supposed to be about. A fucking library in your fucking hands. That's what I was using this shit for. So I wasn't really looking for no personality types to give me my news every day or talk to me every day. I didn't watch regular TV. I ain't watched regular TV in years. It's been years. You know what I mean? So it's like my mind is on a different frequency. I'm on this black shit hard. Because this is what I was doing when I was a Hebrew Israelite. I was on the black shit, dealing with the nation. I was the black shit. I've been this. I ain't never went back and forth on some other shit, right? So that happened. That journey with Phil happened. Then what changed my mind is he did this video. I guess like later on, I started getting recommendations about Phil. I guess he had kind of blew up a little bit off of the hyena hood rat shit, and that blew him up, right? And then I saw a video talking about white thugs was doing this, and white supremacist thugs was doing this, and calling these white chicks all kind of thugs. And I'm like, yeah, he's flipping the game on motherfuckers. That's what got me hyped and got me back to watching Phil again. Was that shit. That specifically. Once he started calling white people thugs, I was like, yes, that's what the fuck's supposed to be happening. So I got back on with Phil, right? And then his channel, it grew from there. It grew into what we see today. Phil Abai Show he's a positive brother. All right, that cannot be denied. He a positive brother now. He went through his journey with the hyena hood rat shit and all of that, and I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? That's what he was going through after his divorce or whatever. All right. The Karen Lee Porter shit, supporting interracial marriage and dating. All right. You know what I mean? And I guess we should have picked up on it then, right? Damn, but all right. So, what happened after that leans more to, and I guess the question amongst the community is, what people want to know is what made them start calling out white people. In my opinion, I just think there was too much shit going on in the streets, too many cops killing motherfuckers, too much of that type of shit going on, and that made Phil switch. I'm just gonna give you my opinion. Shit was getting too hot on the street and it made Phil switch up. Black executions had to get on the rise, basically. And white supremacist terrorism had to just be completely unabashed in its presentation and its execution before Phil decided to snap and say, man, fuck this shit. And he snapped and said, fuck this shit, right? In my opinion. This is just all my opinion. This is my pro-black narrative for it, right? So, when it comes to his Native American woman, now I had heard the rumblings that he didn't have a black wife. And that was only maybe like a couple of years ago. I started hearing the rumblings and shit, right? I'm in Texas, dog, so I hear shit. I'm here in Texas. I mean, he's in Houston, but I still hear shit. I got ears, dog. But I didn't know. We actually saw pictures. That actual picture of the woman that people are calling the Native American woman that's his wife, that picture been on the internet. For y'all that didn't know, that's been on the internet for quite some time. So I came across that picture a couple times, but it never had no caption on it. That's what made me be like, all right, maybe that's not who I think it is. I'm not gonna insinuate this or that. I don't know. And Phil ain't came out and said that that's his non-black wife. I didn't hear him say that, so I was like, all right, whatever. I ignored it. But I've seen that picture a couple times. And y'all know in my video when I was talking about DACA and how Latinos are trying to push for reparations for their time spent in these DACA camps, I brought it up a little bit. I was just like, you know, I heard people be talking about how Phil got a Latino woman, because that was when the rumor was he got a Latino woman. And you know, I didn't know. He got a Latino wife. I'm like, all right. But I didn't say for definite then. I just said this, people say that shit. I didn't specify this or that. And then I went into talking about, you know, if these DACAs get reparations and a motherfucker don't bring that check home to your black ass, or if the brother of your Latina wife don't get that check right to your black ass, they ain't about blackness. They not about the black struggle in your house and around you. They not about the black shit, all right? And that was as far as I took it in that conversation. But like I said, that picture been out there. And there's been swirlings and conversations about it. The question is that everybody wants to ask is, you know, can you be about some black first in other areas, but not inside of your house? Can you be about black empowerment, black optimization, and not be about black continuity in terms of who you put your dick in and produce more people on earth with? All right, that's what the question is. Well, I'ma say this. Hell no, there's no way you can talk Africa for Africans and be about Africa for Africans, African for Africans, Phil. I'm just talking to you, my brother. There's no way you can be like that and then in the same breath be like, well, I got Native American wife. That means that you're not about Africa for Africans, you're about Africa for Africans and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? As a small whisper to the side, Africa for Africans and Native Americans. You know what I mean? You might as well throw that and Native Americans in that shit, is what I'm saying. As far as what Phil's doing in his work in the community, he's a positive brother. So, I mean, you can be a positive brother. And I'm going to fuck with Phil because the fact he's a positive brother, I'm going to fuck with his content for the positive content. Today's P code. People who try to sue you because you post up pictures of them and their families that are publicly available on the internet are not positive people. And that's the code of the day. I say this because Phil Advise is an individual who I've talked about on this channel. I used to say he was a positive person, but come to find out he's trying to sue people who use the picture of him and his wife in their stories about him and his wife. The wife that he hid from public. We all know this is just Phil misdirecting his anger that he should be directing towards himself and putting it onto other people. I'm from Texas just like Phil, and in Texas we call that hoe ass nigga activity. Phil is doing hoe ass nigga activity, and that makes him not a positive person. And that's the code of the day. I get at y'all later. Because he came out and said it. Phil came out and said he was in a vulnerable space and he was feeling down and all this. And when you feeling low, you gonna do low shit. But you know, I know the sisters is like, don't do no traitorous shit though. You know what I mean? That's the narrative that's gonna pop up. I can feel it. Like, you might be mad at sisters, but don't do no traitorous shit. Cause then the karma of the world gonna be like, oh, you did that traitorous shit, cool? Okay, well, when this shit happened, in response to that, you sure won't mind when a certain portion of your fans call you a traitor and start flipping on you. You won't mind that because, hey, you didn't mind traitorous type shit when you got with this member of this Native American Indian group who just happened to enslave your exact family 200, 300 years ago. That's how the universe be working. That's how you don't even think about it, but that's how shit be working. It's really risky when you're dealing with other groups of people. You just don't know what they come in the name of when they around you. You really don't know. And of course, I hear the sister saying too, what that Native American chick be saying about black people? That was a comment that I seen in the comments maybe a few times at the Lisa Cabrera video. Like, what she be saying about black people? Bill ain't came out and said that. You know what I'm saying? So we left to imagine and guess. That shit creates stress. You gotta address it or else motherfuckers gonna be like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't trying to hear from this nigga. Or I won't listen to him the same way no more. This is what people think. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So that is something he gotta address. He gotta say, look, this is the everyday shit she be talking about. Alright, if y'all wanna view me in some kind of way, motherfucker, nah, this is shit she be on. We may surprise with some shit. You know, she writes books about how great black people are. We don't know. Because we left to imagine. You know what I'm saying? And when people are left to imagine, they gonna imagine the worst first before they imagine some good shit. Especially when somebody hit a motherfucker. That's the other part I was trying to get to. You know what I mean? Is that, damn, you know, he hit her. I mean, he hit her. And that's the crazy part about it. That's what everybody is kind of like, that's kind of crazy though. You know what I mean? What is to be said? You know, an elder black woman told me back in the day, she told me this one day, she was like, if it don't matter, tell the truth. Right? So all this, what does it matter? If it don't matter, tell the truth. Right? And I use that to this day. And a variant of that would be, if you didn't think it was bad, you wouldn't have hit it. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't think it was a bad thing that you were with a Native American woman, Phil, you wouldn't have kept it quiet like that. You would have been talking about her. You would have brought her up in some kind of way, like, man, my Native American wife, she was doing this and this and this and that, and you would have kept the platform moving. And it wouldn't have been no thing. Just people feel a certain way when you keep it from them, some shit like that. Like I said, social media, man, and just black life in general, we on something. Look, is you for real about this black shit? Because we ain't taking no shorts and no losses out here. Be about this black love shit. Be about this platform shit that you own. And don't pretend like you got one of us. One of the sisters in the comments was like, he made us think that he had one of us. You know what I mean? And black Latino, black Mexican, using those different types of descriptions. And I was just like, all right, that's another fuck up. Like, all right. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you realize when I'm dropping. Get it, y'all.